What is up, guys? I'm just kidding. What is up, guys? Uh, this is your man's, the one and the only, Liddy Boys, aka the capital G, aka Cap G, aka Garah, aka Goat Up. Okay, it's your man's. um, and I'm gonna be doing a few videos on Kerbal Kerbal Space Program, Realism Overhaul, and yeah, that's okay. The aerodynamic stresses have taken us out, so that's what it is. This is a Kerbal Space Program let's play, but it's not a let's play of the career because there are thousands of people that have made Kerbal Space Program careers, and enough people have done it with real solar systems that I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is I've just been I can explain as we fly around so that we have something to look at. Um, I downloaded real solar systems because I wanted to understand basically what it was like to literally um, fly around Earth, and what the orbital mechanics were like, and how the aerodynamics and the gravity of this planet affects flight. And KSP RSS Real Solar Systems mod and Realism Overhaul I think does a decent job. I'm not sure, I've never been to space, so I don't have anything to compare it with. But I've been happy with it so far, and I'm playing this not just for enjoyment, but also because I'm writing a sci-fi book in which I'm trying to describe, you know, what spaceflight from Earth could be like in some sci-fi, overpowered 200 years down the line spacecrafts. Okay. Um, and so this is my attempt at just trying to understand those things. And so as you can see, I'm playing with cheats on. I'm playing with infinite propellant, ignore max temperature, no crash damage, and unbreakable joints. Just to and the explanation for that would be like this is a sci-fi spacecraft, right? And so we have some very efficient engines and very dense tanks and very futuristic propellants, I suppose. Regardless, you do have to worry about a lot of things, like you just saw in the previous flight. We burned up in the atmosphere. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the craft we're using, so I'll show you what the craft is. And I didn't build this. I didn't modify it for this. But the actual craft was made by somebody on Steam. It's the F129C Dragon. I think it's a Russian aircraft. I don't know. Yeah. So this is the craft. How it came on. You can download this on Steam on normal KSP, and thankfully for me, it works with Realism Overhaul because a lot of these saved things, like Eris. I guess Eris works. No, it doesn't. See, it's all fucked. All the parts are like big and janky and like, what is this? Right, but thankfully this worked. The F129C, because it's like a really good craft. If you play it on stock KSP, you'll have a good time because it just flies really well. It also flies really well in the in this version, where the atmosphere and gravity, everything just behaves a little differently. So this was the craft. All I did was just add some. I changed the engines, obviously, because these are air breathing engines, and that'll never get us to space. So where is it? So the Dragon Space Point 2. This is the one I'm flying. We got some RCS thrusters, just so that I have control in upper atmosphere and space. I added some air brakes, just so that atmospheric re-entry is slightly better, slightly easier. Obviously, put the CR7 Rapier engines, and yeah, and I do, as you'll see, I do have to mess around with the percentages on the canards and the elevons and the fins on these control surfaces, just so that the rotation, the pitching up and down aren't too severe. But yeah, this is the craft. If you want to make your own, whoever was watching this, you can do that. Let me put on something here. What do we like? What do we like? Ooh. Okay, fine. We'll go with the NASA. NASA. Actually, no NASA. Let's do Kerbal. No. Robotics. I actually like this. Robotics. It's cool. Okay, so this is the craft. It is capable of going to space, obviously, if you use cheats. I'll show you how long the fucking engines last if I don't use cheats, because, I mean, it won't last at all, because they're rocket engines. Well, actually, so right now it's on air breathing mode. So if you don't know, the CR7s have both air breathing mode and a closed cycle mode that uses both oxidizer and propellant stored within the craft itself. So if you, and I don't know like how technical I should make this. I don't know much of the technicalities myself, but so how air breathing engines work is the combustion happens in the atmosphere, right? So the combustion is happening. Well, it's happening outside the craft, obviously, right? But it's happening within the confines of the atmosphere, this thick old thing around us. It's just like this fat, viscous liquid. That's really what it is. It's like this thick, like honey type thing. If you're going fast, you know, it's like this thick. You know, I'm running out of like adjectives to use other than just thick and like just viscous and like just, you know, like if you slap it, like it hurts because it's like such a fucking thick fluid. Right, so that's the atmosphere. I'm gonna turn all these cheats off, right? So I have infinite propellant off. I'm using the air breathing engines. They give us like decent flight time. So I started around 1 minute, right? I'm just gonna fly up a little bit, so we're not fighting the atmosphere so much. And as you can see, like you get like a minute on the air breathing modes, right? That's the efficient version. To be fair though, I only have 3 tanks. This tank and this tank over here. I'm gonna have to stop it as soon as. Okay, actually, we might get 2 minutes of flight. Okay. Yeah, we might get 2 minutes of flight. Peep these tanks. All right, so I'm gonna have to. Actually, so here's what I'll do, right? I will revert flight to launch. So you can see this probably lasted us 3 minutes. 3 minutes of flight, which is nothing. You can't even get from one side of Florida to the other with that. This is real solar systems with with a 100% real scale Earth, 100% to scale Earth. All right. So and the other thing. Okay. So we're gonna use the closed cycle mode. I'm just gonna lift off here first before I turn on switch the modes. Boom. Okay. And then boom. We switch it, right? See, you can see how long it lasts. I mean, look at that. The liquid oxygen just burns. I mean, it's crazy. Right, so you'll get like 5 minutes of flight with cheats off, and you also have to turn on atmospheric reentry, or not atmospheric. Ignore max temperature so that you don't burn up during reentry in the atmosphere. So I have max cheats on. So for this episode, now I think I've done sufficient explaining. 9 minutes of explanation. And I'm sorry about the audio. I'm just using my like shitty. It's not shitty, but the headphones are nice. But I'm using my Oh, and I forgot the sound on. Forgot to turn the sound on. Sorry, my bad, y'all. Oh, that's loud. I hope the thing captures the sound, because it's like really nice with the sound. I can barely hear myself. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna put it at 5%. Okay, that seems good. Hopefully, there are no hearing issues. Okay, spacecraft, put that down. You can put ambiance down, we can do that. Music down, voices. I think the spacecraft is loud, but we can do this maybe. Oh, that's loud. Spacecraft all the way down. Okay, is that good? No, it's still so loud. Okay, I think that's good. So we're in the atmosphere. Okay, so for this first video, I should have made videos on the testing and the actual creation of the flight. On the still so loud. On the testing and the creation of the thing. Okay, I'm just gonna do that just so that we can barely hear it. On the creation of the craft, because I actually had to like do a little bit of testing, learn how to fly this thing so that it didn't just burn up and mess around. Okay, so the first objective for me for this episode will be to get from the Cape Canaveral Kennedy Space Platform Center to California, okay? Which is going to be across the country. Now, I could do it on these air-breathing engines, but what would be the fun in that? Right, so I'm just going to get a little bit of altitude and some speed, and then I'm going to turn on the close cycle. And you can do this. I could do this straight up with just the close cycle, but just want to show you guys how this maneuvers and everything. So I like to keep both of the front canards and the tail fin propped up just so that I can have, like, if I need to, pitch up and down at a faster rate, I can change these. Because when you're going fast, you really don't want to be pitching up and down that quickly. The G's, your mans will not be able to handle it. The craft won't be able to handle it. Okay, so not enough pitch right there, so we gotta pull that up. We start pitching. Okay, so 20,000 meters. I'm like way high above normal cruising altitude. Kerbal, the Cape Canaveral's all the way over there. We're above like Tallahassee. No, we're not above Tallahassee. Fort Lauderdale, northern Florida. The Panhandle's right over there. Probably goes like this. So we're gonna be coming up on the border with the Georgia. I'm gonna switch on my. So these are the jet engines, I suppose, the closed cycle or the air-breathing engines. And as you can see, the thrust goes down the higher we go because there's less air for combustion to happen. Right? So you need the oxygen in the air so that the damn thing can explode so it can produce thrust. Right? When you go to closed cycle mode, both of the propellant and the oxidizer are stored within, but that also means you need so much. But I mean, look at the amount of thrust we're generating, right? This is insane. And we were able to climb to 60,000 already. Our apoapsis is 130. And just like that, we just like zoom past. You can see all of Florida. You can see the curvature of Earth. You can barely see, I mean, you can't even see the Chesapeake Bay properly. There we go. That's the Chesapeake Bay over there. You can kind of see Lake Michigan, I suppose. The other Great Lake. Got Louisiana. The bayous. The greenery of, Southern America. Southern America is like quite green actually, guys. Georgia is like hella green. It's crazy. Mississippi. River Basin. River Delta. right? So all of the Mississippi's miseries. All right, I'm gonna turn the RCS on because your control panels don't do shit. These will not do anything when you're this high up. Okay, so now I'm gonna slow this down so I can explain what's happening. So I burned up. I burnt straight up, and I got up to a height of 140. So I did reach the Kármán line, which is like 100 kilometers up, and that's like that's when what people consider space, I suppose. And I actually I have ignore max temperatures. If I don't have that on, guys, like these things will just not tolerate the heat. These would explode right now. See, once it reaches the thing, it will literally explode. So I have to have these on. Kind of OP, I suppose. And maybe some people don't like me playing the game like this, but like my philosophy is like I want to enjoy, I want to experience, and I want to get the simulated reality of flying a spaceship across Earth. I don't want to really care. I really don't care about the minutiae and am I engineering this craft correctly? Am I min-maxing? What mass ratio does my wing have to be so that it doesn't burn up in the atmosphere when it's entering, or the aerodynamic stresses don't kill it during max Q? I'm sorry for doing that voice, but yeah, I'm not about that. It's too much effort for very little. Unless you actually enjoy that, I think it's too much effort. So where are we at? Where are we at? I think we are okay. This is the Mississippi. Gotta burn up or pitch up. And let me see where my Apple Apps is. Yep. So essentially, I could do this in one hop, right? So one hop from here to all the way to California. And I guess I'll show you what happens if we do this. So you can either do many hops, right? Many high ups. You go all the way up and then you hop down. Many hops, or just like one giant hop. With the many hops, the heating is lower, and because you're not going as fast, you're slowing down every so often. Okay, so there we go. Louisiana, you can barely see Florida now. Lake Michigan's like really good. Here we go. We got the Great Plains. That's Houston. This is Dallas, Fort Worth. You can see a little bit of Mexico. We're in the middle of America now, right? Flying right above Oklahoma. I mean, we're high up, guys. The reason we're seeing so much is because we're literally 200 kilometers up. I mean, I think this is like higher than the ISS's orbit. I think ISS is like 160. We're way above it. And you would never fly like this in real life. I mean, the amount of technology you need to send a rocket or a spaceship like this would be crazy. But we still haven't. I mean, we nowhere near did we get to orbital velocity. Okay, so as we come down now, guys, it will extremely heat it up. I mean, it's crazy how hot it will get. So much so that I might want to have these on just so that and then put that up immediately. It's like it did no chance. Oh, he lost consciousness. Shit. I pitched up too hard. So the other thing you could do is just slow down by like flipping around and burning. And that's probably like, I guess you could do that. I'm cheating, so I don't have to do that. Yeah. Okay, so what is this, Colorado? It's still probably Texas. Texas is like what, like this? Texas, Arizona, maybe. So we're trying to get to California. It's already been 25 minutes since we flew. Since we left the runway. I'm gonna turn that off. Those. This will be our final hop, and we should see the valley. Actually, oh, we're not even halfway, yo. No, we're a little bit more than halfway. America's fucking big. Like, we're going all the way up to space to travel to California. It's crazy. That's how big it is. I think we can see the coast now. Okay, yep, we can see the coast. That's Baja right there. Okay, I can see the valley. Aspen's probably down here. How far are we going up? What's our Apple Apps? It's still 194. That's crazy. Here. And I'll do a quick burn. And for this one, I suppose I'll try to, like, retro burn. Burn retrograde. Okay, so now we're at app. There we go. Gotta do a little burn. So that, okay. So that this point right here is, right around here somewhere. And then the rest of it we can just do. Okay, and now I gotta face retrograde. Okay, there we go. Oh. Okay. Oh, it's gonna wanna. Once we start hitting the atmosphere, it's gonna wanna go to the damn thing. Okay. Salt flats. Flying over the salt flats now. See, we have 3,000 meters per second of velocity, guys. That's a lot of velocity to kill. So, yeah, just gonna start burning now. Might stop at 15. Even that'll get us some heating, but okay, there we go. Ooh. Okay, there we go. No heating this time, which is great. So. A little bit, but none of our parts are overheating, so that's good. Now I'm gonna turn on my air breathing engines, because at this speed and at this height, they should work. They're barely generating any thrust, but it's not bad. Ooh, see, now I gotta turn these down, because and I can turn the RCS because they're not as effective in atmosphere. I'll make this a 30-minute video, I suppose. And then you guys can watch it in 2x speed, or 1.5x speed. Yeah, you should probably watch this on 1.5x speed. Because it's not the most interesting. But it took us, you know, it's probably gonna take us 45 minutes by the time we reach the bay. And I don't think we're gonna reach the bay. In time, so let's aim for 45 minutes, right? I don't think I'll reach it with just these air breathing engines, to be honest. Maybe it's not that far, but yeah, I don't know. 5 minutes? I don't know about that. Just turn on your rocket engines and just zoom. There we go. We see the bay. Oh damn! I don't know where Vandenberg is. Vandenberg. We could have done it from there. And also, you can see the sun is it's like just rising, or it's like not even morning right now in California. Okay. Switch to air breathing mode. Turn on those fans. Oh yeah, there's no way we would have made it without that burst. Oh my god, I still can't make it. Alright, another burst. Here we go. Okay, there we go. I think that's gonna get us to... Oh, not even. I don't think I'll make it in 45 minutes. Okay, there we go. And now we're in the bay, and you might be like, huh, this looks kind of, you know, how can this be real? Or how can this be to scale if it looks so small, right? That's because we're going fast and we're really high up. So I'll try to get close, and then you'll see just how big it is, but also, oof, goddamn. when you're in atmosphere, you really gotta like lower those control surfaces. Cause like, look at that. If you do 100, right? That's too much. That's like, you get too many G's for the poor man's to handle. Alright, we can see the Bay Area now. Palo Alto and your other places around here. Pasadena, right? I mean, look at how big California is. It's like 3 countries. Okay. I'll try to land in the valley, but landing is not that easy. You guys will see. It's like really difficult. Okay. How high are we up? Not so. I guess we can close those air brakes. Pitch up. Ah, pitch up, pitch up! And we'll crash into the edge of the valley. Look at how big that is, right? Like, we're tiny. So, take a note of this. That's like maybe the size of a car. And this is how big this part, San Francisco Bay, is. Alright, I'm going to revert flight. I have like 4 minutes, 5 minutes in this video, so that was multiple hops. Now I'll try to speed run it. So our time was like 5 minutes. I'm going to try to speed run it. Close cycle straight off the bat. And we'll just go. We'll just go for it. Okay, I'm gonna shut it down just so that I can orient the craft westward. Okay. I think that should be good. 315. The angle actually is probably more like 270. No, 315 is I think good. Around here is probably good. Okay, so now we're gonna burn straight up until we miss the atmosphere. Until we escape the atmosphere. And then okay. We're probably sufficiently out of the atmosphere. Put the RCS on. Put these control surfaces up. And now, that was sort of a gravity turn. I'll speed up. Keep an eye on the Apple apps. Pitch down. I think that's a good trajectory. I think that'll get us straight around here, which is good. Okay. We are not burning up. But we've already left the atmosphere, much of the atmosphere, okay? This is great. Alright, now I'll just, I'll warp to Perry apps, or to Apple apps. And then, we will go from there. I have stranded a few of my Kerbals in space. As you can probably see. Okay, boom. Boom, get roasted. And... okay. Use the thrusters to orient, and then just burn. Just burn. So we're like just above Mississippi. But it's only been 6 minutes, so that's good. Okay, so now I have to fight the Apple apps. Try to bring it up. Mm. And I think I want to fly slightly westward so that I'm turning this, and I'm going quite fast, and it's like, you know, I'm nearing orbital velocity, to be honest. So if I just went in, this craft would probably be destroyed by atmospheric re-entry, even with my cheats on. Um, but regardless, we are trying to speedrun this, so okay. Now I'll burn again, like around here. Oh, too late. Too late. Now, I don't think I will be able to rescue. I don't think I'll be able to bring my Apple apps down enough, because I'm already going so fast. But we'll see. I'm gonna burn straight up. Just really, really, like, what I'm doing is I'm pushing up here, and so it's actually tilting the entire thing, um, as we're pushing up here. Okay. So I actually like the patched conics because it's a good like um, good illustration of what's going on, I think. Okay, now I wish I could just bring the fucking Apple apps down a little bit. Okay, boom. Now what I'm gonna do is burn retrograde for hours. I mean, I'll have to burn literally until I hit the freaking atmosphere, because I'm going so freaking fast that and once we start hitting the thicker parts, this craft will just flip around. So like that's very, that's one of the dangers. It's only been 14 minutes and we're already like in the Sierra Nevadas. Okay, that's good. Now I'm gonna pitch forward. Thankfully okay, there we go. And then pitch up so that we don't burn up. Very little heating, as you can see. So that's good. But we wasted a lot of energy, right? So like, if you do the short hops, you're using a lot less energy, I feel, because you're only using it to accelerate and you're decelerating in the atmosphere. Here you're accelerating and decelerating most of your velocity. Because I was going near orbital velocity, I was going like 5,000. Orbital velocity is like 7 point something. So I was so close to orbit that like decelerating all that is going to require you need just as much energy. To get that fast, you need just as much to slow down. Maybe slightly less, like maybe 10-20% less, but yeah. And then we can do a tiny hop here. Just like that. And I'll just put these on so that we slow down on our way down, and we almost save. I mean, it was like twice as fast. And it's probably the fastest. Like if you were to create, like 100 years down the line, like some company has made like they've discovered like fusion drives and everything, um, and all that. This is probably the fastest way. Like you're not gonna get to California faster than this. And this is, if you really had to get to California, and you had to get there now, no hyperloop would travel as fast, right? Like this is the fastest. It's probably going to be around this time. I guess like if you had more efficient thrusters and they were more powerful, you could shave a couple of minutes off. Ooh, 34 minutes. I was aiming for like 30, 32 something, but it's a little fast. That's a little too long. But it's whatever. I did spend some time just explaining things. Okay, and again, I'll try to land. But I don't have faith in myself or this craft. Okay. Okay, great. Ooh, ooh. Now. I'm gonna turn these up. I have this elevon here, which has been at 0 pitch. I'm gonna put that up so that I get some pitch control, pitch authority, because I believe the aerodynamic term. Oh, you're not using proper aerodynamic terms. You must be very uneducated and you have low IQ. Um, we jest. I have no crash damage. That's why this is happening. Otherwise, I would have exploded the moment I hit the ground. Oh, excuse me. All right, made it to California in 25 minutes or so from Florida. Next up, I will do something else. Next up, we will start from Florida and try to do the fastest circumnavigation of the world. Start from Florida, so it's not the fastest orbit, because that's limited, right? Like how fast your orbit is just depends on how close to the surface you are. You can't go fast. Like we can get to this later. But next up, I'll start here, zoom, go around, and then land right at the try to land at the Kerbal Space Center. But thank you for watching. It's been a 32-minute video. If you like this content, let me know. It will be a good morale boost. Even if you don't like it, I'm still gonna make it because I enjoy playing this game. But if you like it, let me know. You know, that's like a huge compliment. And I'll take it. Like, thank you. Oh my god. Like, for me, thank you. All right, thank you guys.